Hello, welcome back to Tactical Tuesday with Johnny Tiger. The date is July 14, 2020, and we are here to continue our basic knee strike tutorial. And today I'm going to show you your first two knee strikes. Those of you who are in kickboxing, Muay Thai, you probably know this already, so you can probably skip this video. However, it's always good to review, and what I'm going to be teaching you is coming at more from a self-defense point of view rather than Muay Thai or kickboxing or MMA. A quick recap. When we do our knee strike, most of the time, with only a few exceptions, we want to hit not with our kneecap, but with the top of the knee. So what we are actually hitting with is not so much as a knee, but the end of our femur. When I bring my leg up, the top of the knee is where I want the contact point to be. Because your kneecap is actually quite fragile. If you hit something really, really hard with your kneecap, like someone's elbow, for example, most likely you're going to cause your kneecap to shift and tear a whole bunch of tissues there. Your kneecap, if you guys take your hand and feel your actual kneecap, that thing is not really attached to anything by solid bones. The kneecap is really only attached by uh, sinews and tendons. So if you hit something really, really hard with it, you're going to hurt yourself. There will be exceptions times when we actually do strike with the front of the knee, such as one of the moves I'm going to be showing you guys today. But if you have a choice, always use the top of the leg, the top of the knee, the very end of your femur. Also, again, if you have a choice, always load up, always chamber. By chambering, I mean don't just bring your knee up from the standing position. Reach your leg back and bring it forward. Reach your leg back and bring it around to the side. The knee is a powerful tool, but it cannot be a good powerful tool if you just use your leg. You got to put your body and momentum into it. Also, you need to have good balance, and one um, way to develop that good balance when you throw a knee strike is to learn to use your opponent. Let's say I grab my opponent. I'm ready to deliver. Let me grab the other side so you guys can actually see. Let's say we grab our opponent. I'm ready to do my knee strike. If I just step back and then come forward, yeah, I hit him with my knee. But the moment he falls back, I fall down because my balance is off. So what I want to do is put my weight actually on him. Use him to steady me. I'm going to use my enemy to anchor myself. Put my weight down, drop my weight down, nice and intimate, nice and close. Load up, chamber my knee. Boom, 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 boom. I can do a lot of very hard knee strikes from that position without losing my balance, as long as I drop my weight down. on my opponent. When you throw a knee strike, you want to have the mentality that rather than hitting someone with your knee, you want to penetrate them with your knee. One of my coach used to say, if your goal is to knee them in the groin, then imagine you're aiming for their chin. So if I'm going for someone's groin, about this, groin height, okay? If I'm only thinking about the groin, then my knee is going to stop here. It's still going to hurt him if it does hit him on the groin. But what if he turns his hip and it gets him on the leg? Then that's not going to hurt him all that much. However, if my mental uh, picture, if my attitude was I'm not going to stop at the groin, I'm going to hit the groin and continue all the way up to his chin, then no matter what I end up hitting, it can be stomach, it can be leg, whatever I hit, I'm going to plow right through. My impact does not just stop at the target. I am thinking through and beyond. Whatever I hit, I'm going through it. I'm penetrating with my knee. One way I explain this to my own student is imagine you have a spike strapped to your knee. Your goal is not just to slash the opponent. Your goal is to drive that spike all the way into the opponent. So, suiting action to word, let's look at our most basic knee strike. Remember, before you throw a knee strike, you want to do something else to distract them. You never want to start with a knee. This is because knee strike is best delivered with chambering, that backward lunge, backward stab, backward shuffle, which means you're telegraphing that you're going to knee them. So if you don't distract them first, it would have to be a real newbie to allow you to just walk up to them and chamber, load out, bang, with a knee, okay? Even people who don't train before, when you walk up to them and start lunging back and bring the knee out, they know to get out of the way. So a knee is not a good move to open the dance with. However, if I'm fighting, if I'm in conflict with a guy, and I slap him across the face and bring my knee right in there, he's not going to be very likely to notice my quick lunging back and knee coming up because he's still dealing with being slapped across the face, right? If I'm fighting a guy and I go 1, 2 to the face and then immediately grab a knee right in there, again, he's still reacting to being hit in the face twice or having to block them. He's not paying attention to my knee coming in. You don't have to be fancy about it, but always take their mind off the fact that you're going to knee them before you knee them. So, establishing our grip, either the clinch, placing my hand behind his neck, or the arm and shoulder control from Krav Maga, grabbing behind the tricep and anchoring my forearm and elbow against the neck. Our first rising knee strike It's just that. Once I establish my grip, I lunge back with one leg and then bring it violently and quickly forward. Remember, I'm not aiming for the groin, I'm not aiming for the belly. My goal is his chin. So whatever I hit, I'm going to drive right through. After I make contact, my leg come back down. I don't put it right down beside my standing foot. When after I deliver the knee, I'm lunging back again, loading up for the second one. Okay? I'm going to keep that up until he forced me to break posture or he's out of the fight. I can even do it with alternating legs. One leg back, knee, the other leg back, knee, other leg back, knee. It's all in the twisting, shifting of your hip. When one knee connects, the other leg is going back, getting ready to come up. So that is your first knee strike, the rising knee strike. Unless you're super flexible or you're fighting a midget, most likely you're not going to get them on the chin. But mentally, in your brain, you want to imagine that is what you're going for. You want to drive through everything in between. If you hit the leg, you're going right through from leg up the body to the chin. Our second technique of the day is the forward knee thrust. This is useful in tight quarter, in very close quarter situation. Let's say the person grabbed me in a kind of bear hug or choking me or whatever, right? And I don't have a lot of room to maneuver into a proper knee strike. In this case, I'm going to shuffle back one step, turning my hip. So if I'm going to use my right knee, my right hip will go back a little bit, creating space between him and myself. Whatever I may be doing with my hand, try to break his grip or going for the face, okay, I'll leave that to you. At this point, your hand should be doing something. Once you create distance between your lower body and their lower body, bring the knee up between you and then thrust forward. Okay? Without hand in the middle, it should look like this. Enough room between him and me. I shuffle back one step, turning to the side, knee up and thrust. Knee up and thrust. Knee up and thrust. Again, I'm not thinking about just hitting him on the stomach. I'm thinking about driving his belly button all the way through his spine and out. I'm thinking about that spike, that imaginary spike attached to my kneecap, and I want to drive this in to the person. Okay, the goal of this is not a knockout we're looking for. The goal for this move is to force him to step away, force him to step back from me, so I can do something a little bit more devastating. So, quick recap. I grab the person after I hit him in the face or elbow him in the stomach or whatever to distract him, backhand to the face, I grab him, lunge back, rising knee, rising knee. And even from this distance, I can quickly transition to a forward knee thrust and I let him go to let him stumble away. So I can transition into something else. or pull out a self-defense weapon or tool, whatever. For the forward thrusting knee, that's one of the few moves where you actually make contact with your kneecap. I'm just bringing my leg up and thrust forward. My leg up and thrust forward. Thank you for checking out today's Tactical Tuesday. We'll be back for the next self-defense segment. We'll look into two more additional knee strikes. And of course, we'll be back again tomorrow for Wisdom Wednesday. But for now, stay safe and have a good night.